presentation of the video, two videos that he shared. I would request Road Tractor Prajnu to present them. It's just for you all to get an idea, like what he actually does and a little bit about his background.
Prajwal, are you able to share?
Just a minute, I'm sharing. Just a minute.
Okay. So by the time Prajwal shares the video, I'll just take you guys through a few of the things we've done. And as a promoter, uh, we had this opportunity to promote the sport, and we want to make sure that everyone gets a taste of the sport. So here is our 1 year's work on the promotion piece. I was selected as the promoter of table tennis for India. 32 people were selected across the world, and I was the one selected for India, and very happy to share that it was also a contest among the promoters to ensure the best gets selected for the next year as well. So the most impactful and creative ones who were able to have a lot of activities which were impactful got selected for the next year. So I'm happy to share that I'm one of the promoters for the next year as well. So with that, let's quickly look at few of the things we've managed to do. We'll end it with the two videos that we want to share. So here are a few of the activities. So we used a walkathon for the very first time in front of Vidhan Sauda. We did this walkathon to promote table tennis, and we ended it with vlogging. We have this special concern for environment, so we have to make sure that we keep our environment clean. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So this was very special to me. Table tennis with soldiers. Uh, Diversity and inclusion was the theme, and we want to see how we can get more people to fall in love with the sports. We had soldiers experience the sport. You can see a video of that, and we had more than 340 soldiers attending this, and many of them hadn't seen or played the sport. So we got them that exposure, and we also gave them table tennis equipment as well as TV tables so that the program became sustainable. We were covered by media. We had grand celebration. World Table Tennis Day celebrated on the 23rd, 24th of April. It used to be April 6th earlier. And with that, we had creative celebrations where people from all walks of life, whether they're kids, adults, able-bodied players, or para players, everyone came together to celebrate table tennis. And you have some international players doing exhibition matches. So all sorts of events that you can think of. We tried it. We got public to experience it with some challenges that we had created for the public. We had table tennis expression through art contest. We had done this in Bannerghatta Zoo, and we tried to uh, put wildlife and table tennis together. So creatively, the kids were able to make the players as the animals playing table tennis. And yes, Chota superheroes, some special superhero cards playing table tennis, all these creative ways of getting more people to fall in love with the sport. We also had scouts and guides try it out, and forest officials also tried out table tennis. This was in Bandipur, like this, we have done it in multiple places. So it's been a wonderful journey, and across the country, we managed to do a lot of these promotional activities to promote the sport. The sport requires more audience and more people who try it out. You can play it at offices, in your schools. It can be played anywhere. Any table can be a TT table. So that's the message we want to convey. So with that, we'll see one video, and the other video we can probably see towards the end. So I'll just share it. Rajwal, shall I share it? So this is the tribal kids of Bandipur. Uh, they were the fastest learning batch that we saw, and very special feeling when you're able to get new players to learn the sport. The speed at which they learned was truly amazing. So, yeah, Prajwal, if you would like to share, let's check if the sound is audible. Otherwise, I can share it from my end. I don't think the sound is coming, but that's okay. So I'll just, it's anyway music. So this is Deeksha, the one with the uniform. So she was our fastest learner, a tribal kid in the heart of Bandipur. And within half an hour, she picked up the basics so well. So we made her the leader, and she teaches all the other kids as well in Bandipur. And this is a tribal school, uh, Hardy school. It's called Valmiki Ashrama School, and we improvised the teacher's table into a TT table by putting in net clamps, and we also gave them rackets. You can see that mini table, right? So this was our celebration of table tennis with the tribal kids of Pandipur. You can see how nicely the kid is showcasing whatever she has learned. So ball control is very important in table tennis, and you can't even imagine this much wall control we'll see in most of the city kids in over a week or 2 weeks time. This kid was able to pick it up within half an hour. So that is the potential of uh, engaging tribal kids, because sports comes naturally to them. It's just about empowering them. So with that, I hand it back to Nida. So we'll see the video of soldiers being introduced to the sport later on. But thank you, Nida, for giving the opportunity to showcase few of these videos to set the context. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Now I feel like whatever questions I've come up with, should I just keep that aside and just ask what is it that you don't do? So a lot of things, and you are a true inspiration because if I'm not wrong, you were one of the successful associate DRRs for your district. I've heard, and I've heard a lot of stories about you being a road tractor, and I think you are a true example. Like now, I am inspired to do more. Thank you so much for setting the context. And now I will be starting with the questions. Now that we have good number of people, thank you so much for joining in. And my first question to you about your journey. So, what initially sparked your interest in table tennis and wildlife photography? And how did these passions, shape your identity as a road tractor?
Okay, so first thing, the interest on wildlife from a very young age, watching Nat Geo and Discovery, always wanted to experience the wild. The first time I saw this Nagarahole Kannada film, right, I just fell in love with the place. So that was one of my first projects as well in road track, because we were discussing where shall we do a tribal welfare project. And my first question was, is there a tribe in Nagarhole? So we did our research. And most of the times we tend to do projects because we have something we want to give. That's not the right approach. We wanted to understand what is the actual requirement and then design a project around it. So we went to Nagarhole, we interacted with the tribals, and we understood that they needed utensils, blankets, and they were in need of health checkup as well as oral care. So we designed the project. We understood how much money was required. At that time itself, it was around 30,000 that was required. So that's where table tennis came in, and I did a table tennis fundraiser, and we did a tournament for the corporates, and we managed to raise the funds. And we also sensitized the corporates about what we are trying to do, and they loved it, and they were very happy that they were playing for a cause. So we went and implemented the project, and we were very happy. The MLA, local MLA came in, and he was happy with our work. So he gave us free stay inside the Nagarhole National Park. So that's where we experienced the wild, because the tribals are not allowed to stay inside the forest in most of the places. right now. Most of them are outside the forest, apart from BR Hills where they're allowed inside. So
Mm-hmm.
this was a unique experience, and it was not like we were wishing for something like that to happen, but that was like a cherry on the cake. So we
Yeah.
that's how the wildlife part, the community service aspect, as well as knowing table tennis helped us complete that project, and the impact was created. So my love for table tennis started. I was not able to learn the sport professionally. Couldn't afford the sport at that point of time in school because of financial constraints at home. So when I started doing my uh, PU towards the end of my second PU, before I joined degree, uh, realized that I was jack of all and master of none. So I didn't want my brother also to take the same path. So I took him to the table tennis hall, Canara Indian, where Mr. Dharmaraj, late Dharmaraj sir, who's not with us anymore, he took us in, and he started training my brother. And I started my journey as an assistant coach. So I was helping the younger kids, and was helping the coach, and I was learning the advanced stuff myself. And I also got to coach in few of the apartments nearby. So that's how I was able to support my family financially, and I also took care of my college fees as well. So that's how table tennis journey started, and I went on to do a couple of certifications. I played at All India level, and I also became an internationally certified table tennis coach. And now I'm the promoter. That's been the journey, and that's all this has helped me with my road track journey as well. And you can with the example you saw how it helped.
Yeah, yeah, truly, truly. Like, it's so nice to know. Like, it's very important. We as road tractors, we should firstly understand what is the need and when and where we are supposed to, serve as road tractors. So I think that is very much important. And you are such a, passion-driven person. So I really love that fact about you. And also, knowledge sharing is very important. It makes us, capable of growing more and development. It's very important. So it's only possible when you teach others, when you train others. So yeah, that is something very nice to know. And moving on to our next question, being a wildlife sensitization activist, so how do you connect with the principles of sportsmanship in table tennis with advocating for wildlife conservation?
Okay, so what does sports teach us? Sports on a day-to-day basis helps us deal with failure. Only one person can win, right? So you're exposed to failure, but you never fail to try. You keep at it. You try to become better. You either win or you learn, right? So that's been the learning from the sport, and it's a life lesson, and it can be applied anywhere. So whatever projects you're doing, uh, whatever initiatives you're trying to drive, if you have that desired impact in mind, and if you work towards it, more often than not, if you follow the processes, if you have that discipline, and if you try to play fair, more often than not, you near the results. But it's all about the journey, and wherever possible, you learn. And in case you don't arrive at the expected result, then you go back to the drawing board, make sure you reach that desired impact. So that's how you can correlate with respect to that.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, even I believe in the same concept. Like it's all about the journey. That you have to just, start over and over, and it's a stepping stone for success. Failure is always important as well. Yeah, thank you for that. And moving on to our next question. So you use table tennis to promote peace, harmony, and education. You mentioned this when we had a discussion, and I really love this thing about you. So can you share any specific instance where this approach created a positive impact? I think you answered this
Yes.
in the
See,
first question, but specific if you want to mention.
okay. So I'm heading a initiative called as eTeach India for our CSR, Blue Rose Technologies. And this is a vision of our CEO, Mr. Tulsi Dasappa. So we're trying to focus on education for tribal and rural students across Karnataka and later on the entire India. So through this, education is a very powerful medium through which you'll be able to bring about harmony and better understanding, because more often than not, due to misunderstandings, you have conflicts both internally and externally. So we use the power of education, and we use the power of yoga, table tennis, uh, wildlife sensitization, all these as tools to ensure that we have someone, we have students who are more aware and who are really passionate about what they do, and who are working towards India, which is truly progressing, at the same time, very aware of what they are doing. So if I ask you to work on something that you are not really passionate about, you would want to just work between that 9 to 5. But if I give you your dream job and I ask you to just complete the task, you take your time, complete the task. You wouldn't mind working extra 4 5 hours because you're loving what you're doing, right? So we are trying to identify the skill sets in the students. We are trying to use table tennis as a tool to educate with respect to life lessons and personality development and education, to make aware individuals who are truly passionate about building a strong nation. And when you have India, which is truly passionate and is very dedicated to go above and beyond to be successful in whatever they do, if each of us are working with that passion, right, we have a truly passionate state or a country. So when you have that level of passion and you are aware both internally and externally, then conflicts also reduce. And ping pong diplomacy is one aspect that was used internationally. So between two countries, if there is misunderstanding, they used to have a match between those two countries to promote peace. So sports can be a very powerful tool. Sports does not need language. It's beyond borders, beyond any barriers. So even if I don't know the language that you're speaking, I'll still be able to explain the sport to you, and we'll be having a great time playing the sport. So that's the power of a sport, and that's how you can actually look at promoting peace, harmony, and it can be done through education, it can be done through culture exchange, it can be done through sports, and especially table tennis.
Yes. I was waiting for that table tennis. Yes. So yeah, utilizing this as a tool is very much important because we have a lot of things, a lot of skill sets with us. But utilizing this as a weapon, as a tool, is a whole different game. So perfect example, and also thank you for stressing on how important it is to do something that you love. So yes, nice. Next question is about challenges. So we all face a lot of challenges, hurdles on our journey, career, profession, academic, be it any. So is there any kind of, are there any kind of unique challenges that you faced while combining the wildlife activism and with your personal passion? And like, how did you address these challenges in short?
Okay, so my journey with respect to wildlife sensitization started a few years back. Again, I would like to thank Rotaract for giving the platform. We worked on a book on snake conservation, very misunderstood creatures. So how do you identify venomous snakes? How what are the most common snakes in and around Bangalore? So that was the theme of the book. It was a very small book. It would help you identify the basic most common snakes and also the big four snakes which cause maximum fatality. So that was widely appreciated. This was during my presidential year that I launched it. And we also, one of my table tennis students approached me and said, we should do something on vultures. And he explained the plight of the vultures, how within the past couple of decades, we've lost 99% of the vultures. So we wanted to do something. We started brainstorming, and we ended up doing a documentary on vulture conservation. We did an animation in Kannada with English subtitles so that we're able to take it to the rural areas. Both the farmers and students can be sensitized. And till date, we're working on the same project with new engaging mediums. So we are doing a video-based quiz so that they see the video, they understand what's the plight of the vultures, and they take a quiz. If they are able to get good marks, they get a prize as well. So we're trying to use different mediums to address this, very creative mediums to excite people. Conservation is a very complex matter, right? So how do you simplify it so that even a small kid can understand? So that's the challenge that we've undertaken. And any challenge you throw, right? So imagine you're doing a project, Nida, if you're doing a blood donation drive and you do the same blood donation drive next year as well. You're excited about the impact you're creating. You collected 20 blood units last time. This time you collected 30. But if the process doesn't excite you, everyone else is also doing the same thing. You're also doing the same thing without any creativity. You yourself will feel bored, right? But if you're able to bring in your creativity every time and try to scale up to the next level, it is exciting for you. When you're excited about it, people who are coming in, they'll also be excited. So during the pandemic, we had done this. We had created almost 19 blood donation centers, because during pandemic, people were not really eager to come forward and donate the blood, right? So we had 19 different places, celebrities visiting all these 19 places, and we had branded it such a way that anyone who's coming in is a superhero who's actually able to save so many lives. You're going above and beyond to help other people, right? So that's what superheroes does. So if you're able to creatively solve a problem and address roadblocks, you will enjoy the process. And when the impact is created, it becomes truly memorable. So challenges are there. We love challenges, and we would like to solve it in a creative way. So Project Jetayu, I'll share the video later on, but it's a 5 minute nice video with good voiceover where the vulture itself is telling its story and saying, this is the problem, guys. We were so many numbers. We are these many now. Just to give you context, in Ramnagar, we had thousands of vultures. Now there are only three. Okay, so that is the difference. So if you don't, it's because of something that we are doing, knowingly or unknowingly, and that results in problems that are caused to different species. So roadblocks will always be there, but creativity is key in problem solving.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And facing them is more important than running away from them. And you focusing on inclusivity, even that is something amazing I would want to stress upon. So, yeah, thank you. It was such a wonderful answer you've given. I feel like asking more and more questions, but keeping the time in mind, I have to restrict myself. So, you have won a lot of awards and you have many accolades in your name. So one of them is winning the State Lifetime Achievement Award, which is a remarkable honor that you've got. So what are all the efforts or milestones in your journey that led to this recognition? Of course, you have put in a lot of blood, sweat, and effort. I know that. So let us know about your experience. Like how did you get that award, and also your experience playing TP with the soldiers. That also we would want to
Yeah. So first up, with respect to the soldiers, that was probably the proudest I've felt in my life, because we are very proud of our Indian soldiers, what they do day in and day out for us. And it was like the most memorable thing for me in my lifetime, teaching something to the soldiers who take such good care of the country. So this was the Border Security Force, SETCO, Bangalore, and we had 350, 340 plus soldiers in a packed auditorium. So this is like a movie theater for them, uh, big screen. So we showcased all the things that we've done, with respect to table tennis promotion. And we also explained the sport to them both digitally, and my brother and I, and also we had Mr. Dinesh, who helped us demonstrate the sport to the soldiers, the beauty of it. Why we were stressing on doing this with the soldiers and the forest officials was in their day-to-day work, quick decision making, reflexes, hand-eye coordination, all these are crucial for their survival. And it's important that they are polishing all these skill sets on a day-to-day basis. So do they need not be in the field to polish these skills. They can also do other activities which will help them stay sharp. And table tennis is one such thing. So you can stay really sharp, your concentration level goes up, and that will in turn help you do your job well. So that's where we felt it was ideal for both the forest officials as well as the soldiers to pick this up. The forest officials that we're talking about are the foot soldiers who take care of the forest, who make sure that poaching activities don't happen and the animals are safe. They put their lives on the line, and they try to help wildlife conservation. So
Amazing.
uh, we've done a lot of things, a lot of projects for the forest officials, from donating water bottles to training programs. Uh, but what they do, putting their life on line, both soldiers and the forest officials, is truly great. And when you are getting this opportunity to interact with them or teach them something, it becomes extra special. So I also got a beautiful memento from the uh, border security force where all their contingents uh, emblems were on the memento. I'll probably share that uh, someday with you. Uh, that also gave that sense of pride that we've done something in life, right? So
I
that
can
was
feel that.
with respect to, yeah, yeah. So I'll share the video probably towards the end. And with respect to the Lifetime Achievement Award, so this was basically a tournament where you can win the tournament only once in your lifetime. So if you win, you're considered a great player at the state level. And this was the last time it was being organized, with the prize being a gold coin. After that, it would become a trophy, right? So I got 5 grams of gold for getting that, finishing that tournament in style, and also getting that lifetime achievement award. So that was also a very proud feeling. So one time, one of the semesters, I was short of money to pay the fees. I kept that gold coin, drawn the money, used that for the fees, and later took it back. So that's how important that prize was for me. So yeah, a lifetime achievement award, which came in handy during crucial times.
I know, right? Again, utilizing the resources that you have, and very
Yeah,
wisely also.
true.
Yeah, that's nice. And like how important it is, to be physically active, and sports being a perfect medium for that. So thank you for that answer again. And then coming to, talking about vision and, inspiring people, being an inspiration to many. So, what do you think, like mindfulness or discipline, how it is, like what role does it play in balancing your role as a player, photographer, activities and whatnot? So you do a lot of things. So how does, these things matter?
See, if you are able to, all these basic things that you have to follow, discipline, punctuality. So irrespective of what time you sleep, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going for the safari to observe wildlife. So waking up early is good, but getting less sleep is not the right way to go about it, because you might wake up at the right time because you're so excited about the safari. But if you don't see the animals that you're waiting for, you end up dozing off as well. But at that time, imagine you miss seeing a leopard or a tiger or a crucial sighting that you've been waiting for your life. So it's important that you're disciplined and you maintain the respected timings for each of these tasks. And having all these traits define you and will help you go a long way. So, irrespective of whether it's sport or wildlife photography or uh, any sort of awareness that we are trying to create, there needs to be a plan, there needs to be good execution, and in the process, what defines you will dictate the percentage of success that you will achieve.
Such a wonderful answer. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so the next question is something that I wanted to ask, and something that I ask all the road tractors or all the people who are successful as road tractors. I keep asking them this question, and I think most of us want to know, like the road tractors who are aspiring to do meaningful contributions in their road track journey. So when it comes to combining their personal passions with community service, so, like, how do they, contribute in a more meaningful manner? Like, there are personal commitments, and then you also want to do community service. So, how do you balance? Like, how do you make your contributions even more meaningful?
Okay, first thing is with respect to giving your time and efforts for something you're passionate about. So we never say, I don't have time for this if we are truly passionate about doing something, right? So if you really are passionate about something, you'll make things happen. So that's the first part where take up things that you're really passionate about so that you will do justice and that will in turn create positive impact. Okay, so how do you convince your entire team to back you with respect to a project that you want to drive? There, I think it's very important as the president or the board uh, to sort of understand the aspirations of the members and see if there is any unique initiative that's coming up. Because if they are successful in that initiative, they're also creating the impact for the society, and the club is also getting good branding. You have flagship projects that sort of come up because of that. So instead of doing the same old thing, you continue to do the things that you're doing, try to make it bigger and better and be creative about it. But if something unique pops up, grab that opportunity, see how you can make it happen. And as a good leader, it's only about helping your members become future leaders and also making their aspirations become a reality. So, how do you facilitate it? Defines how good a leader you are.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect answer. I wanted to hear this. I feel good about it now. Thank you so much. And now let's move on to few questions we have received from the audience. Like we had shared a link, and yeah, most of them were asking about table tennis. So they saw you, we had a picture of you playing table tennis. So they're like, let's ask about table tennis maybe. So we have few questions like, what is the future of table tennis in India and any jobs that related to table tennis as coach, and what would be the salary as a table tennis coach. Like, I'm just giving you a hint, like you can promote table tennis here.
Okay. All right. So, first thing is with respect to the sport, as of now, it's growing. Since IPL for cricket, we've had a lot of leagues come up. So, you have something called as the UTT, which is happening, Ultimate Table Tennis. And because of that, sport is becoming a lot more popular. And the next part on how you can be associated with the sport. So even if you don't play the Olympics, you can go to the Olympics as a support staff, right? So you can still contribute to the sport in some way or the other. You're really good in statistics. You can become the sports statistician for the team. you can do the analytics piece for the sport. If you're good physio, you can become a sports physio. If you're good in psychology, you can become a sports psychologist. So there are different ways you can contribute to the sport that you love, and any sport for that matter. The knowledge once you acquire, most of the times you'll be able to apply it to different sports as well. So you can create careers not just as coaches. There are different career choices that you can explore, and you can be a sports photographer. Sports coaching is one of the things. You have sports, you have the umpire for table tennis. You'll have match referees. Now you have the support system. If you need to have one successful international player, so I had the pleasure of working with Archana Kamath, who is our Olympian, and I was a state coach when she became the national champion for the first time. So if one player has to go all the way till the Olympics, everything has to come together. She needed a school which would support her journey. She needed her parents who believes in her vision and supports her all the way. She had to be absolutely dedicated, both physically and mentally. And all the support staff, the support system had to be very strong, right? So everything has to come together. Imagine the school says, sorry, you can't miss this exam. So you'll have to miss that tournament. So that can probably sort of put you 2 years back, right? So for a sports player, is it a viable career choice? For now, the return on investment is still on the lower side, but it's slowly progressing. Sports coaches depends on how creative you are. Uh, you can dictate what your salary can be. You can go to schools, you can go to colleges, you can have your own academies, and depending on your knowledge and experience, there'll be a lot of opportunities that are popping up. Uh, but for you to make that sustainable, you have international assignments also that are coming up. So as long as you have good communication skills, good knowledge about the sport, and you're able to deliver excellence, you have a good opportunity of making quality money and making a career out of it. So as I said, don't just look at one thing. You have so many opportunities opening up. Sports event management is a big thing that's happening, right? You have so many big events that are coming up. So don't just think in one direction. Look at 360 degrees. If you really want to be associated with the sport, you have a lot of opportunities that are coming up. And when it comes towards you, grab it with both hands.
Yeah, that's very true. Like a lot of opportunities, like, there were certain things that I never had idea about. So it's all about, exposure and, just trying to dive deep into, things that match your skill sets and try to improve and grab the opportunity. I agree. Okay, so we are done with the questions now. And before you play the video, of course, you kept it at the end because the best is always kept at the end. So before the video, we will have a rapid fire round. Like I have 4 to 5 questions, and you have to answer immediately. What comes to your mind first when I ask the question? So yeah, that's rapid fire round. So your first question. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
So the wildlife sanctuary you dreamt of visiting. Sorry, you dream of visiting next.
Okay. So see, my dream destinations in Karnataka, just for the ambience of the forest, are the Kali Tiger Reserve, Dandeli, and Kegudi, BR Hills. So these two forests I love, irrespective of whether sighting happens or not. Forests are beautiful. You just enjoy it. I want when I came to Mysore, I saw the cheetah for the first time live in the zoo, and I felt that between a tiger and a leopard, the cheetah looks like a supermodel in the cat family, and wanted to see it in the wild. and looking forward to going to Kuno National Park along with Ranthambore because they're both close by. First time went out of Karnataka to Tadoba recently, had a nice time, but uh, elephants were not there. So most of the places, right, out of Karnataka, when you travel towards the north, elephants are very scarce. Many of these, Tadoba doesn't have an elephant in the wild at all. So for us, we are so used to seeing elephants that it doesn't feel like the forest experience without the elephants. So that was one thing missing. Yeah, but these two are on the cards. Hopefully, I'm able to go.
Hope you will
Sorry,
take
that
us
was supposed
also
to be a
along.
rapid fire, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
definitely.
okay.
Please do come.
I know you're so used to giving answers now by now, so it's fine. I
Yeah, yeah.
just want
One mark question, 10 marks
hope you
answer we are
take
writing.
me
Yes.
seriously. No, no, just take us along with you next time. I'll give you time. You can answer the questions, but take us along with you
Sure,
next time
sure.
you visit the place. Hmm. Second one,
Definitely.
your your favorite table tennis player of all time.
For me, it's Janove Waldner. Uh, he is known as the Mozart of table tennis, like how we treat Sachin Tendulkar in cricket. Waldner is given the same treatment in table tennis. He's a magician with the TT paddle and all.
And one wildlife moment you wish you had captured but missed.
So when I mentioned Kegudi, and we were attacked by the elephants uh, from the back. So that was the first thing. This happened on March 14th, couple of years back. So we celebrate that as a rebirth every year now. So we got chased by an elephant from the back, and now there was a gap that was established between the vehicle and the elephant. We still have that butterflies in the stomach that we might not survive this. And once that gap widened, you're like, okay, we're getting safer, safer, safer. Now from the back, we just look front, and there's an elephant standing right in front of the vehicle. So now we're between the two elephants. And there are three elephants that are grazing. So the driver didn't give up. This was out of syllabus for him as well, because if you might have seen videos where the elephant comes from the front and they go in reverse gear, or it's chasing you from the back and you accelerate and escape. Now you're between two elephants and the terrain is so bad that you can't go anywhere else. So it was like a checkmate situation. By the way, that's the name of the table tennis club that we have, Checkmate Table
Ah,
Tennis.
okay.
So we didn't know whether we would survive this. And the driver just tried something. It was getting dark also. So he revved the vehicle. It was like the vehicle is roaring. And because of the sound and the headlight, the elephant in the front was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. It was not trying to attack us or anything. So it got panicked. It turned. It started running. It would run uh, close to 7, 8 steps and then again turn and stand. So this happened to us 3 times. And finally it gave way and we just exited the safari campus, safari area. For 2 minutes, we didn't speak. This video is still available on YouTube. You can see Kegudi elephant attack. It's top three elephant attack video in India, but we
Oh,
survived.
I
So that
see.
that video, that video,
But you
my
wanted to
friend
capture
yeah, my friend Joseph had that courage. He was shooting on his phone. I had a DSLR camera. The elephant was right in front of us, but I didn't have the presence of mind to take the picture because we were between two elephants, and he had forgotten that he had kept his phone also. That tense moment that was so. But I wish we could have captured it better. But happy to have survived.
yeah, goosebumps. I could actually imagine the entire scenario. Right. Okay. The next question is, describe your journey in 3 words. 3 words. I know you want to say more, but
Mm,
this question is very specific.
Okay, I'll give you 4 words. These are the guiding principles on which I've been working on: engage, empower, collaborate, celebrate. So,
Wow.
engage the right set of people, empower them with the knowledge because alone you can do only so much. Together, you can do a lot. And then collaborate. meaningful collaborations, increase the amplification of impact that you are trying to achieve. And don't forget to celebrate. Even if there's a small contribution from someone, make sure you celebrate it so that they get that additional energy to do more. So that's the guiding principle.
Yeah, celebrating small successes are very important. But you're smart. Like you first gave forwards and then you added added on somehow. But that was rapid. So no problem. Next. Table tennis or wildlife photography? If you could choose any one, which one would it
I would like to play table tennis in the middle of the wild that I generally do. That is, to give you an example, in Bandipur, we have a TT table in the reception area. So I teach the forest officials there. So that's like heaven because we keep hearing sounds of elephants and you'll get this warning calls from deer saying there's a leopard in the area. So you'll be playing table tennis and imagine you see a leopard. So that's
be?
the
Yeah,
ideal combination.
that's wild. That's very wild. The feeling is very wild. Yeah, nice. Again, a smart answer. Expected, as expected. Okay, so we're done with the set of questions and the questions I got for you. And it was my honor and pleasure to have you. And it inspired me, and I'm sure it has inspired all those who are present here today. And kicking off Beyond the Badge, me having as a host, it couldn't be this better and this nice having you as the guest. So thank you so much for giving me your time and inspiring all of us. And yeah, we still have the video thing pending.
Yes, I'll share the video. Meanwhile, if anyone has any questions, they can
Yeah,
share
keep that
it.
up.
I can we can use the chat section or we can ask them to unmute. But thank you, Nida. You were a fantastic host. Those were some amazing questions, and a interview comes out really well when the person doing the interview does their research and is well prepared. And you were thoroughly prepared. I was very, very happy to be part of this interview. So all the best to Beyond the Badge, the entire series. And let's thank Prajwal for the opportunity and Nida for being the fantastic host.
Actually, I was very nervous when I got to know it's you who's going to be the guest, but you made me feel so comfortable and you were like chill. So thank you so much for being a good guest.
Thank you for that. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, you can use the chat section or you can raise your hand and Nida will give you the opportunity to speak. Meanwhile, I'll play the final video. We also have uh, the vulture conservation video. So I'll share the link with Nida and she can probably, and I'll also make this available on the YouTube link that we are live on so that people can see both the videos. Okay, so here we
And please do
go.
follow Krishna Arjun sir on Instagram. You'll get a lot of inspiration, good content, and he's a wildlife photographer. He keeps posting good videos. I am a big fan of it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so Table Tennis Krishna is the Instagram handle, and please do follow. You'll get content with respect to table tennis, you get wildlife and education, and sometimes I sing also.
And what we do.
Not just giving them yarn, for them to do that means we showed them the best in the business. They and we move on the levels and one All this wouldn't have been possible without the support of the International Table Tennis Foundation. And again, special thanks to Setco. So this year, you guys can be part of the effort, appealing all of you to join the initiatives with respect to table tennis promotion, whether it's your apartment or your road, your school, your college, wherever you are. Any table can be a TT table. Just keep something in between. You just need one ball. You can use book as a TT racket. Improvise. If you see like-minded people, go invest in basic stuff so that you can start playing. And if you have nearby clubs, organize tournaments. So as I said, April we'll have the World Table Tennis Day, and let's have maximum number of events. We finished with 129 events, and we were declared first in the world last year since I was the promoter. And we have the potential to do thousands of events, right? So let's see how creative we are able to do this and help more people get used to the sport. If this becomes a part of their lives, their concentration will be more. As students, they'll be able to take lesser time to cover more syllabus. As corporate employees, they can take out their frustration on managers on the TT ball, come back fresh and work nicely in their cubicles. So everyone has their advantages. I showed how soldiers and forest officials are benefiting from it. So a beautiful sport needs more recognition, and you can be the ambassadors in promoting table tennis. And you can join me on my educational initiatives, wildlife related initiatives. We do cleanup drives, we do this vulture conservation awareness drives, and so many things when we go to the wild. So Mysore folks, you're very close to wildlife. Your wildlife comes to Mysore also. Uh, I've heard tigers are roaming close by, and elephants are entering the not just during Dasra. Other time also, forest department has a tough time taking care of the elephants that are entering Mysore. So I'm sure you guys are close to the forest and wildlife. But come witness wildlife with me. You'll learn we'll all learn together and experience the true beauty of nature and appreciate the small things. Darpan was part of it last time we went to Nagarhole. I'm sure he had a great time. So looking forward to having all of you in our future journeys. Let's all be part of the journey and learn together.
We would
Thank you, Nida. We
definitely
can
don't want
open.
to miss talk. We will
Yeah.
definitely do that. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
So
you so much.
I'm giving chance for others to unmute in case anyone wants to say anything about the session. If you have a question, you can probably start with that one, and after that, if anyone else wants to share anything, you can go ahead.
That's good.
Yeah. Hi, sir. How are you, sir?
Good, that one doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. I know ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ನೋ ಹೌ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸಫಾರಿ ವಿ ವೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾವ್ 2 ಸಫಾರಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ವಿ, ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದ್ ಸಫಾರಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ. ಐ ನೋ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ವೇ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್. ಐ ಗೆಸ್ ಐ ನಮ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡಂತೂ ನಾನು ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಒಂದು ಸಫಾರಿಗೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಶೋರ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗಿಂದ ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಮೆನಿ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್, ಒಂದು ಮರದ ಟಚ್ ಇಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಅಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ದ ಫಾಯಿಲ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಐ ನೋ ಐ ಗೆಸ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಆಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್, whenever you speak or you're there will be something new to learn for us. So thank you so much for joining this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Darpan. We're all learning together. So glad that you were with us the previous trip. Looking forward to many more journeys together.
Yeah, considering me also next time.
Yes, Nita, definitely.
Yeah, thank you, Darpan. Thank you so much for this feedback. Anyone else would want to talk, or you can send in the chat box anything, a question, feedback about the session.
Okay. You can give Prajwal the stage. Prajwal wants to say something.
Yes.
ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್.
Good evening, Prajwal.
1 ಅವರ್
Prajwal.
ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂಶಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಜನನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಎಂಡೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ 1 or 2 ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಸೆಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಟಿವ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಮೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿನ್ 5+ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಜುನ ಅಣ್ಣ. ಇಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ವೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇದಾರೆ, ರೊಟೇರಿಯನ್, ರೋಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಈ ಕಡೆ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಟೆನ್ನಿಸ್, CSR ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸತಿ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಲ್ತಿದಾಯ್ತು ಅವರಿಂದ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರು, ಇವತ್ ತನಕ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿಲಿ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಸೂರು, ಶೋರ್.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yes.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಣ್ಣ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್.
Thank you, Prajwal. So Prajwal ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ
Prajwal is like,
ಅನ್ನಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ?
he said everything what I wanted to say. In short, thank you, Prajwal.
Okay, so I'll just share one last PDF before we conclude. So this is the recognition that we have got. Yeah. Okay, so this is the handbook that has been published by the International Table Tennis Foundation. Okay, and in that you can see India participating countries or territories in this section. Top 5 participating countries. India stands number 1. And continent ranking, Africa finished 1 because there were a lot of countries which were actively working in Africa, but India finished first. So you can see our work being showcased in this handbook. So this was the tribal welfare project we did in Bandipur. You can see the teachers table we've improvised as a TT table. So this was the soldiers group photo, matter of pride for all of us. So getting this mention, all the other promoters got one page mention for the work that they've done, and we had a special mention of 4 pages on the book for all the work that we've done. And with all your support, we can take it to the next level the upcoming year. So with that,
Awesome.
thank you so much, everyone. Back to Nida.
I seriously can't thank you enough because, yeah, Prajwal was right. Like, I don't know how, 60 minutes just passed, and I thought I was me taking more time, but you were just perfect with your answers, and you literally inspired each one of us here. Like, I can see all of them who join us, still here on the call, and that's how you are interesting as a person. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this and supporting Beyond the Badge. And stay tuned for the next session. I hope it will be after a month. And thank you once again, Krishnarjan sir, for joining in and giving in your time. And yes, I think we are done for today.
Lovely. Thank you, Nida. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
If
everyone.
possible, everyone can switch on the cameras. We can take one snap.